Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for coming this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I was just waking up so early, like, let's go do a podcast at 8 in the morning. Like, to me, I was like, oh, man, I hope they don't freaking back out. Because I was like,
No, I mean, I think it is definitely early, but I think these guys need it. They need a little pre-sun interview, right?
I'm pretty sudden interview.
That's how it was waking up this morning. I was like, I don't think I've been up like before the sun's been up in a long time, unless I've been up all night.
Yeah, no, that's the only way, too. I was like, damn, just early. All nighter than the sunrise. I was like, oh, shit, I got to go home.
I got some good sleep last night. I can't say that. I was a good boy.
How you guys doing good? Everything?
So,
Starting out the year with, you guys had a show in LA for the end of the year, right?
how'd that show go?
It was a pretty good show. I'd say it was a decent turnout. Right.
Yeah, it was. A lot of the locations in LA are kind of unique because they're, I mean, obviously with everything going on,
They haven't burned nothing.
yes, honestly, it is near that area. It's in the San Fernando Valley. So I haven't heard any bad news. I haven't heard really any news. So I guess that's a good thing. But it is crazy to think just like 3 weeks ago we were out there in that area, and now it wouldn't even be possible to play. But it was a cool little venue, and a lot of those venues in LA, they're just small little like random whatnots that just turn out to be
Just intimate everything feels intimate and smaller.
yeah. It definitely was, and it held, I think, about like 80 people or so, and the other bands brought people, and I mean it was a good show for what it was. It's just, I think for us when we go out to LA, it's a lot more than when the people drive 20 minutes down the street, so we have to prepare so much more, you know. But we love doing it. We love every bit of it. So
No, I mean, it's LA, it's like the entertainment capital of the world. You want to go out there and
yeah,
talk to people over there. You never know you're going to run into, and that's what it is. It's cool that it's only like 2 hour drive from here.
I know.
Like, we're here in the desert, but it's like, oh, LA's right here, San Diego's right here, Mexico's right here. Like, we're kind of like,
An actual spot.
yeah.
Like Oscar would say, I'm 10 minutes away from everything. But he still shows up late to practice and practices at his house. So, it's crazy.
It works. Okay, so let's take it back to the beginning. How did you get the Brosquitos? How did the band form? How did everything start?
Well, we technically originated from the, band room of our high school. We were all band kids in the same program. And, James originally started the group with Hamilton and some different members. Soon enough, then Oscar joined the group. Following that, me and James built a relationship as we started jamming inside one of the practice rooms. He asked me to join the band, and from there, it's just kind of history. It just kind of wrote itself, Anybody got anything else to add on?
I mean, like, anybody who's seen us or knows about us, like, past 11 years, we've changed kind of uniforms a little bit. We changed members. But these two they were foundation members to when we started everything. They were there too. And then life happened, and we kind of all disconnected with, not all of us. Me and Hugo kind of remained. We had a couple of other members join us. And I mean, it's all just, any band, any local band, anybody can tell you it's just all about getting to tomorrow, I guess, and finding the people that are willing to do that with you with the same kind of vision to make music and just do that, So I think this is, now we're past that point of that hill that we had to make, and we all rejoined, and it was just like instantly back to normal. Like, we was just writing the songs, like it was like a kickoff again. So it was really cool.
It's like a motivation. Getting that back together. It was just like, let's do it.
Almost like figuring out like your identity. It's like, we spent all this time trying to figure out, I guess, who we were and what we wanted to be. And now it's like, okay, now we figured that out. Let's try to push it as far as we can, And so, yeah, we're in a good spot right now. Creatively, artistically, performance-wise, it's a really good spot right now.
What's the origin of the name? Like, where did the name come from? Like, that's always.
Honestly, it was through like an IM between me and this guy, like when we were like 14 years old or something like that. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. We might as well. We first spelled it like skeet, I was like, that's just like, that joke's a drive itself, man. And we got to chill. So we're like, well, let's like mosquito, like a mosquito, and that kind of worked. And it kind of became like around our infectious melodies that we were making. And it just kind of worked, and it's unique. We really like the Beatles too. So we like the names that, you know, obviously the Beatles are, you know, you hear that name, that's like a staple now. But back then when they first started, people are like, what in the hell are you thinking, you know? And they went through several name changes. But when we started, it was just like, I think we've all learned too, the name's going to be second, your music's going to be first. You know what I mean? So, I mean, Hootie and the Blowfish will go to show you that. You know, like, music's awesome. Name I could go without personally. But yeah, it came through literally a play on words.
Just that word
So
say,
we're just typing back and forth with each other, and we had to make it a little more PG-13, I guess.
yeah. So is there Brosquitos? Is that just like a? So does it mean it's just kind of like a mashup of words?
Yeah, it's like it was a mashup of words, but it's gained. I mean, obviously, it's gained our meaning. It's like we are all very close knit. I mean, we've known each other for, I think at this point, like 16 years. So it just goes along with it. We're brothers that we like to write catchy music. You know, that's what we like to do. So it grew on us, but it was initially just to play on words. That's all it was.
And then like right now, when you guys first started, what kind of music were you guys making? Is it similar to what you're making now, or is this like a progression of like just playing together and figure your
Man, right there, take that question.
Oh God.
We're pretty much where we started, except we've been like trying to add something more refreshing. Like we're trying to do slower songs because usually we're like very high energy. We have like one slow song, and I mean, music keeps evolving, and we definitely stayed with like a more of a like garage band style, and but lately we've started to like, you know, get our hands on like different sounds and stuff that we could get from the internet, and you know, let it inspire us to add guitar, bass, drums, and you know, add some synth in there that we usually wouldn't add. And I think this new band is definitely gonna bring out like a different, still Brosquito sound, but definitely a more refreshing, more updated sound, I guess.
Yeah, like your energy. I like when I had you guys here at the Desert Underground show.
Yeah, it was I think one of our highlighted performances. That these two missed out, but they're like they're ready to go again. When let's do it,
It was super sick. Like I remember a lot of people. It felt like a real rock concert. Like everybody was just shredding that night, and
I mean, to highlight you, man, like that was like you brought music lovers, you know, and I think that's because the Coachella Valley does represent that, you know, and I mean, people show up for genuine live music, you know, and I know our local artists here can attest that, but you provide a lot of that, so kudos to you, man. I mean, local bands, I hope they give you that kind of love, because we know that we appreciate it. You know, it's the community starts with people like you, so.
no, I appreciate. No, but it's just like, why not? I mean, I've been inspired by it. Like Coachella is like here, you know. It's like every big artist comes to the Valley, so it's like, yeah. I know that artists here want to get inspired when they play Coachella or whatever, you know. And then I was noticing is like there's like clubs or bars that will bring artists, but it's just like a secondary thing. Like they're just trying to sell beer. Yeah. I was like, oh, we'll bring some music. Hopefully they bring 15 people. They could buy some things, you know. But then it's like no one focuses on the music. So I was like, for a few months, and then I was working with I've been more like hip hop scene because I had some friends that were like in the hip hop scene. So I was just going to their shows, and I would see some of the shows, some rock bands, some stuff, Mexican music. Then I started interviewing. I kind of listen to more Mexican music, but then I realized it's the same thing. It's like no matter the genre, everybody's feeling the same way. Like there's not lack of venues. Like you said in LA, there's all these venues that you go and they're known for music, or you go here, 80 rooms for 100.
They open up a storage unit, and all of a sudden it's just a venue. You're like, damn, all right, let's get started. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, that's so cool. It's just like we have the same culture here, but no one was doing it. So I was like, you know what? I know there's other people doing too, but I was like, let's do something, bring a stage together, and let's start bringing local artists and then just creating that movement. So
We're ready for the next one, man. See, I'm hyping you up already. You gotta get your go, and you know what I mean. You got a band by seat.
No, I've been wanting to do another rock one, kind of like similar to what that one was.
Yeah, we're down.
It's I think we did 3 shows last year, like 4 shows. One of them was Halloween show, but this year I think we're gonna do around 4. That's like the goal. So bring it together and trying to work with like some other venues too. So that way, it's easier when you use other people's venues. So bringing them here is like a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Yeah,
It's a lot of work for sure. But now it's exciting because I see it like there's a lot more people making music. There's a lot of people just feeling that energy. It's all about bringing people together, and the music fans are here already. The people around the valley, they want to be part of something. There's people that there's nothing to do. That's always like, oh, the valley's boring. There's nothing to do. But it's like, let's create some shit that people want to go to.
Absolutely.
I always heard there was a hype or like a rumor that someone suggested that they should build like a local stage at the Coachella Festival. But, you're right. There is a lack of venues, and a lack of, musical places here in the valley where, they do put stages in restaurants, but it's not the same feeling. It's not the same energy.
Yeah, you'll get the guy that's in there and you started playing. You'll turn around like, I'll give you that look like, what the hell's going on back there? Like, oh no, but that's why I think when you create festivals like that showcase music, people are coming for that, and they're not getting surprised while they're eating their chicken wings, and all of a sudden the drums kick off, and they're like, okay, I was not eating dinner expecting this, you know what I mean? So there is, I mean, in a test to the lack of venues, I think when we first started, when we were younger, I felt like there was a lot more opportunity out here, then it has faded away a little bit. I don't know if it's just the venues. I don't know what it is.
We lost some places.
We lost a lot of places. COVID obviously took a lot of businesses out of here, which is, I mean, I hate saying that, but it's true.
Yeah.
But it's going back to like when I'm not going to name them off, just to name anyone out, but it's just I can think of a handful right now that we used to play regularly. There's, something always going on, and it's hard for people to find opportunity for like musicians out here, really. But I feel like once you do, we find people like you that curate stuff. You know what I mean? That's when we really are winning together. You know what I mean? As a community.
Yeah, there's also like the big ticket artists, So I think people are like, okay, well, they're trying to get like the artists to come out from LA and they want to pay all these high fees, but they overlook what's local here. So I've been seeing that too. I think from back then there used to be more venues, more local artists playing all the time. I remember.
I mean, Tachiva for once, like that was such a great festival. It provided opportunity, and I know there was a lot to put on in the first place, but it's just a shame to see stuff like that never come back, because we were a part of that, and we enjoyed doing it, and we met a lot of other local bands through stuff like that. You build your showcase together, and so
kind of made it the other way. There was LA bands coming this way
to get opportunity here, which was really cool. Yeah, that's right. But I don't know. I'm speaking into existence now. Maybe it only starts with one.
Yeah, we can just get the ball rolling.
Yeah, exactly.
So right now, what are you guys dropping new music, an album this year? What do you guys like? Yeah, you guys still just grinding that out, making new songs? What's it going on?
What would you bring over there? Did you bring something? Did you break something?
Yeah, no, we got new music.
We have new music. Yeah, we're thinking maybe we can. It's like it's not even ready. It's ready, but it's not even on any Spotify or anything. And we're thinking maybe we can share it exclusively with your viewers.
Oh hell yeah, that's not super dope. So what's up with the briefcase?
It's just an iPad. We just want to make it look cool, and that way we know no area.
Is that Pulp Fiction? When you open it, it just turns gold. You're like, what is that?
And when you open it, it just starts a song. It's like a music box. It's like, But yeah, we got this a little master file right here. Hopefully nothing else pops. No. Okay, cool. We're good, guys. You can see the screen. But yeah, I'll share this with you so you can get a little HD HD, look at it. Okay, I'll hair drop this to you. We can do that later if you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that way you can put it in whenever you want. But yeah.
Yeah, besides that, we're just working on getting an EP together. Definitely solidifying this new sound that we're working on. And from there, just start pushing our name, trying to definitely build those numbers online and just build that online presence that, is so required in nowadays, 2025. So.
Yeah, social media is just everyone's on the phone, like old people, young people. It was like it used to be like, the iPad kids. It was like everybody's on the phone now. Everyone's on the phone or tablet. So you always have to be on the feed as much as possible. Just post. Even posting old stuff, like sometimes it's old to you, but it's new to everybody else. Like people haven't seen anything. Or if they saw it, people forget because they saw 1,000 things the next day.
Yeah.
So photos, reels, behind the scenes of you guys in the studio, just getting as much content as possible because you just want to, it's kind of like subconsciously you just want to be in the feed, always be in the feed. Sometimes people might engage, sometimes they might not engage, but as long as they're seeing you do stuff, they're seeing you stuff. And then, of course, doing some strategy, hopefully some stuff gets some traction, but just that thing most importantly is just staying consistent, posting as much as possible.
Definitely. And so, that's the goal for 2025. And, try to build those numbers up and just try to push this as far as we can, before we all hit a certain age, too.
Oh, well, music's timeless, too, It's just like, just create as much as possible and then just keep playing. I know, like, age matters, but also because of life, like you got kids and family and stuff, but I feel like, again, with social media, it's like if your music's good and people like it, it's like it doesn't matter the age, as long as you guys still fucking have the passion for it. Do you guys have thoughts into social media strategies or just anything?
I mean, to be honest, we've never been too good at it. You know what I mean? I mean, if we're going to be real, but we've just always enjoyed, like this, like Hugo said, we're finally kind of getting a rein on things and finally, we're able to get together a lot more, which is the first step of content creating, right? So that's kind of where we're at. We're learning it finally. I think we're around that curve, and then same with the your streaming numbers too. That has a lot to do with getting shows, exposure. Number 2 is our biggest thing. So like we've been trying to get picked up on major playlists. We've got a couple in the books right now. They're like pretty big with Spotify, and then we're getting just blogs that are like down in Brazil and Portugal and France.
How do you get on playlists? Like how does that work?
Well, we have a strategy that we go about it. So we all just kind of we call them media days, and we just sit down and we all work on computers or whoever at least can make it that day, because a lot of us are busy too. But even if it's just 2 of us that can do it, we'll sit down and we'll split up the workload and just do different things, whether it's creating backstage footage, submitting to Spotify playlists, collecting contact information for us to continue doing that. It's just
unfollowing people that don't follow us back.
Yeah. It's a warning to everybody out there. No.
I was going one by one. They're like, I'm going to find.
But just stuff like that, just kind of building. Yeah, honestly. And it's just, I think all of us have a different job that we've assigned each other, which is really, it helps the workload and the workflow of things. But it is, like you said, it's just everything about it's tedious, and it's not sexy work. It's boring. It's, you know what I mean? You're sitting there with the Dr. Peppers. It's like,
damn, I gotta send this email.
I really realize that performing and writing music is probably like 10% of the work. Yeah. Everything else is just like the 90% is just promoting yourself.
Yeah, it really
is. Just trying to push yourself, networking, talking to people, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, that 90% is the biggest percent.
And then there's this thing where it's like, with the technology we have, it's so much easier to do it. But the fact that it's so easy, it makes it harder because everyone's doing it.
Yeah, we have to still try to be different from.
Hey, how are we gonna make someone want to click on our page or watch our video when there's all these funny videos, all that stuff.
Yeah, we're learning how to like script a little bit too, to be like, what's gonna like be a really good, funny, simple video. Like that's kind of our niche of what we're trying to go for, and that, like you said, is to be different, to give you a reason to click, because there is a lot of good content out there. You know, you have to give your viewer a reason. So especially we want our music to be first, but we know our personalities can kind of help create what you're hearing as well.
Yeah, and you're competing against everybody. It's not just artists or music, like you said, meme pages. You're competing against athletes and celebrities and everybody that's on social media.
Yeah, they're on the same app.
Everyone's in the same app, and there's so many scrolls per day. You know, you're just trying to be the most. That's why I'm posting more. Sometimes there's I've been watching like how these big accounts post. And I saw this one, they posted 54 times in one day, bro. I was like, because I saw two other things on my time, like, damn, how many times they posted? When I went in their shit, actually, it was 54 times in one day. It was the Real Madrid, it's a soccer team. They had won like something, and it was just photos, videos, boom. I was like, what the 54 times? Then I went to another.
Because they don't know. No wonder. This guy's a soccer fan, right?
And then
it's no wonder.
Just everything, like, if you go to like when there's like an event happening, that's more to get that attention. So the more you post, the people don't even see it. Like I don't know if you get those posts that are like a day or two old or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's why. So that's how it goes. Like your people are not even seeing the shit. Yeah. So you're posting it. They might not see it for 2 days. So you should be posting multiple times per day, and then over the next week, is it just a numbers game? Some people are seeing it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, boom, you're posting new stuff. Yeah. Certain people see it all the time, and you're like, oh, you're annoying your audience, but most of the time, they're not even seeing it. And then we think it's like, oh, it's too much. But it's never enough because people are consuming, like, even if your people saw it, your people are doing 1,000 times a day. They saw it 3 times, but they seen so much shit. So it's
in their head a little bit.
It's so funny that he does that motion, too, because I was paying attention to the way my wife watches TikTok. And it frustrates me. It frustrates me because I'm just like, she'll be like, come and watch it. No, she'll be like, come and watch TikTok with me. And I'll watch it, and I'll be sitting there, and she'll just be like, next. I'm like, you're not even watching the video. You're like, wait, that was our video. Swear. She'll
Haven't even liked it.
She'll blow through all the videos so quickly, and I'm just like, you're not even watching them. She's like, if they don't grab me in the first second or two, like, that's it. I'm like, How do you consume content like that? It's just I don't get it. But yeah,
literally consuming content.
Dude, I swear it's a talent. It's
a talent. She's like, no, skip. You should have her help you with social media. She knows what it's good. She's like, nope.
Yeah. She'd be a menace on Tinder, just swiping right.
Oh no! Don't get fucking wipe on Tinder.
Okay, what posting stuff a lot. Like I saw, I think it was Tyler the Creator. He has a video where he's like, if you're not promoting your song for like at least a whole year, like we'll promote it a week before when it comes out, and then like a week later. And he's like, if you're not promoting that song like for a whole year, like what are you doing? Like you gotta annoy people. You gotta just keep pushing it. I guess he does that. He just keeps posting the same thing for a whole year. Even if this song came out 2024, you know, he's still posting it.
I think that's even relevant for, I mean, we've had the discussion. We've been playing our first album, Vinyl Image, I think we released it 10 years ago. So to us, it's old news, you know? But we have to keep reminding ourselves there's a new audience out there that hasn't heard it, you know? And it's here, it's local, it's, you know? So it's important for us to still bring the quality of the songs up, you know, and still perform them. Even though we've been doing that like religiously for the past, you know, however long, but it's just I mean, even for people like Michael Jackson, you know, I'm sure there's a new audience out there. I'm sure.
Yeah, for everybody's going to be 99% of the world. Haven't heard shit because they're
going out with that. You know, I think that's what, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, you got Fortnite putting like Eminem and Juice WRLD and what is the other ones? Snoop Dogg. Yeah, David said like, oh, that's the guy from Fortnite. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, that's Snoop Dogg. He's a real person.
Did a bad job as a father.
I can't blame him. I can't blame him. I was raised in a Mexican household. All I listened to was like Pasito Duranguense and stuff like that because my parents were like,
there was Snoop Dogg in there.
that was later when I started rebelling and being like, you know what?
Your mom put
Actually, how we get them to clean too. We just put some Marco Antonio Solís and this all you gotta do is start sweeping everything, clean the radios, all that stuff.
No, but that's true. It's promote your song as much as possible. Nobody, 99% of the people haven't heard it, and even if it's old, like you said, if it's a good song, if you guys like, hey, that song always performs well, like live too, like you guys have experience of what's like what works and what doesn't. So promote those songs because it's also about giving these people a good performance. Just from the notice when I watch a lot of artists that like 40 minutes set, like they're just making people go on a ride, you know. It's like, oh shit, let's promote this song because we want to play live and people can sing along to it or has these moments, you know.
One of the big things too is learning how to promote yourself and like I guess finding your identity. It took us a long time to actually do that. There was one time we were recording out there looking to Cove. And we were at Cove TV. It was a whole different video program. And one of the guys who was working there with us, he was we were all kind of still confused about where we wanted to go and what our sound actually was. And the guy was just like, you guys don't realize like what you guys' sound is. And we were like, well, what is our sound? He's like, you guys make like music that you just want to like play with your friends, you know, like hangout music. And we're just like, I guess that makes sense because we never really saw it that way. But now that, you know, we start to look at it, it's like, oh, we're bros and, you know, we're all hanging out and listening to the same music. So we make music that people want to listen to when they're amongst their friends. And, you know, and that's kind of our niche. And that's kind of where we're taking it, you know. But yeah, definitely learning how to market yourself and learning where you want to go with your image is one of the biggest parts of all of this.
Yeah. I think Wako TV with Tim, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, you helped out with the.
I think I was there with the camera. Yeah, I was there. Yeah, no, that was a sick program. The program
was a big day.
So long ago.
It was, and there was different
those videos. You gotta be promoting those videos too, because it's like it's a life set, you know. Like just promote those deals.
Lineup. Yeah, we should.
That was definitely before we, I guess, figured it out. You know what I mean? We definitely we weeded out kind of all the issues and all the stuff that was like holding us back, and now we're just kind of building something back from what we think was the original core idea of the band, you know. And we definitely see that it's starting to work in our favor. Okay. The sound is tight, you know, the music is fresh and new, and we're all excited to just kind of push this, you know.
And I mean, just kind of a side thought to that too. A big thing for artists too, like
Hamilton's just getting this smile, bro, and I'm gonna start laughing. The biggest thing for artists too, and I think this guy knows, is we've been declined more than we've been approved for things.
Oh yeah,
and that's okay. Like, I think like we've kind of learned to just accept stuff like house stuff and shit like that. But I'm sure I can't say that. But yeah, no, and I like out of all the playlists that we've gotten this year, like 4 or 5 of them, they're major ones, are great. I think we've been declined to 22, and I'm just going to say that with my heart on my sleeve. I think that's a good thing, you know? And it's not that our song's bad. It's not that any of our music's bad. We believe in this 100%. But I think it's important for any artist, any level, to have an ego check and to get your music, like, honest to good feedback, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's just right to the core. And then just have a humbling session. Any artist needs it, you know what I mean? And I think we've learned to love that experience, because when we were younger, it felt like we would get declined at something, we were just shot down, and it would like kill us, you know. And I think there's any advice if I were to give it to anybody like starting, you're gonna get shot down, but you like shake it, like,
shoot your shot. Yeah, it only takes one. It only takes
you. Like, and we have bad gigs, we have bad shows, we have bad days, we have bad studio days, but we have really good ones too. We have really good shows, you know. And I think that it's all that dynamic that as any band was gonna go through, any artist is gonna go through. So, and it sounds cliche. We're still like when by the saying that we figured it out, meaning we figured out our personal shit. You know what I mean? We're still figuring it out, but we figured out like internally how to do this, and I think that's the most important thing. You know, accepting our negative things. You know, growing from that. You know, in this group right here, we're resilient as shit. You know what I mean? That's the way we've been forward thinking with this, and that's why it's paying off, in my opinion.
That's kind of like the content you should be making. Like, oh, we just had a bad studio session. That's content. I just thought you make a little video about that. Like, oh, fuck, let's be real. We're gonna have a great, and then the next one you have a good one, you post that too. Like, hey, we had a bad set today. We did this, or that's content. Sometimes don't overthink the content. Like, oh, I gotta make hooks and just tell stories of what's happening. Like, hey, we're jamming out today. Fucking.
All right, guys, we found on the podcast today.
That's content.
This guy one time brought a GoPro. Actually, not one time, just a couple weeks ago for the LA show. He's like, I'm going to get all this content. And then I text him in the morning after the show. I'm like, what did we get? He's like, nothing, it's garbage. And we didn't see any bit of a 12-hour filming set.
All right, in my defense,
it's garbage.
In my defense, I was experimenting. This is my first time using a GoPro that I found that is an older GoPro, so it didn't have the newer features. So the videos were like really like shaky and stuff. And it was just like not something that I want to put out there. You know what I mean?
Okay, so let's do some we'll put.
That's what I'm saying. If you haven't seen any of his footage, either way, it's all Huberto's archives.
Guys, it's in the recycling, man. It's in the recycling.
Yeah. Did you have it like on the drum set or something? Or?
No. It's just, he was just walking around with a.
Shouldn't be bad.
Easy. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a good GoPro. So now we have a DSLR, and we're gonna start doing videos the proper way.
Those older cameras, they give you a vintage look now too. Like
Not this one.
And it's probably between looking really good and really good. He was like,
Yeah, the camera is like
he's already recording, but he has the camera facing his palm. He's
What do you guys think?
You see this footage, you're gonna think I have like stutters or something.
You nervous all
Here right now.
Go down your chest on here's
so much caffeine. Just
Yeah, we're gonna do stuff with GoPros, but probably in a different way. Well, we probably set it up and record the shows in like certain angles or something. I was definitely thinking about doing like a POV of like my view of the stage. But we'll work that out as we go. But for right now, we're gonna stick to the DSLR and the better camera.
this is one time. No,
let's see. What? Hey, you had the meta glasses and you didn't take them. So, honestly,
I just got these for Christmas.
no, you said you already had, so.
We played on New Year's. What are you talking about?
I was like, why don't you take
oh, those are good. Okay, content. The meta glasses. You just fucking come on. You're playing.
Only be sure that I know when to film it. You know what I mean? I'm not portal body. I'm like, oh, look up.
Do you guys have like a data bank, like a Google Drive or something with like all your performances, all old footage?
We just started a shared iCloud folder. I think that really benefited us, and it's like any of our relatives, wives, partners that are in the crowd. We literally will just have them join the iCloud link, and everybody stays they drop stuff in there. So that's been working out pretty well. It like I said, it's about the days that we can get together. Like that's first and foremost, because or if we're not together, we'll try to plan out ideas where we can film and then put it together. You know what I mean?
Some of those pieces of content you could post post though with text. So think of like the consumer, so they're gonna scroll, and then like as soon as they stop, almost explain a little bit, or like, oh, we're from the Coachella Valley. There's like little text explaining who you are. Because, again, people don't know. So just, like, things that stop the scroll and some text. Always have some text. There's people that consume content without sound. So sometimes you think, like, the audio is cool, but, like, you should always have a little bit of text. Some kind of headline, maybe some subtitle, something, just to catch people's attention. But that content of, like, you guys performing, that's pretty cool because there's, like, a third-party perspective, Put it in the briefcase,
I'll talk about
you got that here and you just airdropped it to him, bro?
Can you do that off your phone?
To try and make it look like we do that, but I think it's actually cooler that we realized it was just an iPad in an old ass suitcase.
Wait, how did you send it to me?
All right, let's make sure.
You send it to
You might be surprised, but that used to be a bass drum at one point. Yeah,
It still is.
yeah. We played an acoustic show one time, and
You know what?
I was literally using that neat suitcase as a bass drum.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would put the suitcase with a pedal, and then we would hit it. Dude, it was the craziest thing.
How does it sound? Pickle?
It sounded cool. It sounded
Like some garage.
that.
That what you did for when we opened for Andy Graham or no?
No, that was different. We put a floor tom and then we flipped it over.
Oh.
But that was crazy.
You have an iPhone, right, Angel?
Yeah.
We'll touch tips.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Listen, this clip right. Is the best. That's content right there.
You gotta edit in the whole that picture where they're like,
EP.
No, the assisting cap or whatever.
yeah.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful loan in there.
Never forget it. Never forget it. So right now you guys have the EP. You don't know when it's coming out, or is you guys still working on the EP coming soon? Is that what's next for you guys?
Yeah, we're just literally starting to work on it. We just released our first single as the new lineup, new old lineup. It's called Bedroom Song, and we just posted it out on Spotify and Apple Music. We started working on our second single, and then working towards our EP. And the second single is what you have just received on your phone.
Oh hell yeah!
From the touching of the tip.
The touching of the
Tips be touching.
Thanks. Stops.
well, that was a Steve Jobs thing. Yeah, Steve Jobs probably haven't approved that.
It's gonna answer if it was you guys.
You know, somebody said he started with an interview the other day.
What happened to New Crowd? Or is that part of like the?
I think it's just part of like, well, let's hear it before. Yeah, I think it more moves forward.
Read over.
And
Sorry.
There is a song in between there. I check out.
but so I guess somebody had said that if Steve Jobs wouldn't have passed away, I guess Apple would be a totally different company now. I truly believe that.
Yeah, I mean he was the one that innovated everything. So now it's just I don't know. It's too corporate. They get charges on iCloud share every fuck.
No,
like
dude,
$2, $1.
You like the you know how they used to have like those commercials where they would for the iPod where it was like super like dancey and like it's just kind of like all that like kind of like went away. You know what I mean? It's like very like you said corporate, like very business attire.
Now it's like the new iPhone. They just move the little camera a little bit up or down on the back and shit. And that's it.
What happened to the fun?
That's all you got.
Yeah, what happened to the fun and all of that? Like none of that's progressing. Yeah, and I feel like everything in life is kind of like heading that direction. You know, everything's very
Jeez, you're a
symmetrical.
cup full of daisies this morning.
Just how it is.
Tell me off guard. Going. You're like, what are we talking about right now?
Heading into something with this, like just like kind of like McDonald's did the same thing where their image kind of like blanded down. All these, and like, I guess where I'm trying to get with this is like, we're trying to do the opposite of that. You know what I mean? Like we're trying to like bring some fun back into this because I think music has been very stuck in like some weird spot that it's like. There is new stuff coming out, but it's not hitting like it used to. Like people say like, oh, like there's not that many artists right now that you would say are like timeless or like, you know, that we would be able to listen to their music forever. I mean, you have some, but there's not like a lot anymore like there used to be. You know, the Michael Jacksons, the David Bowies, you know, and we're just kind of trying to figure out that and trying to like do it our way, you know.
Yeah, no, it is becoming very like profit, corporate, everything's just the same. They're cutting, like you said, there's no trying to be fucking bold and be fun. And music, the music is just like what this was said earlier. Everybody's uploading music and everybody's making music, so it's hard for artists to stand out like they used to. Like we only used to listen to what came up on MTV or on the radio, you know. So it was only like everybody knew the top artists. Now there's artists with millions and millions of followers, and you hadn't even heard of them.
Yeah,
all the parts of the world. Everything's like you create your own kind of community, little by little through content or live performances or playlists. but you start building your own web of your own core audience, whatever it is, But yeah, no. So, well, thank you guys for coming on today. Where can people find you guys on social media before we take off?
At Brosquitos, it's super easy. At Brosquitos. Brosquitos. Facebook, Instagram. We were all over Spotify right now, which we're blessed to be. You got Apple Music. We have some blogs coming out. Check out Apple. Huge shout out to them. Dream TV, a bunch of stuff like that. So there's lots of content coming your way. And thanks for having us.
Let's do it. Hell yeah. We'll make a lot of content from these interviews too, so that way every day.
We got the king of podcasts right here. Yeah, there we use it. Post more.
Yeah, touching the tips is definitely best.
Highlights. That's a highlight. That's literally it's like bait.
And how our life is like a McDonald's also that.
Basquiat, let's be.
Jeez.
Oh, man.
Trying to make a point.